Presley tapped her pencil's eraser against her chin, scowling at her English homework. Between the barking dogs, yowling cats, and the fact that she absolutely loathed diagramming sentences, she was pretty sure that she wasn't actually going to get any homework done until her stepdad's veterinary clinic closed for the day. In fact, she'd already reorganized the supply closet, inventoried the donation bins, and alphabetized the veterinary textbooks in her stepdad's office just to avoid her homework. And even though she'd have to tackle her English homework eventually, she decided that it would be way easier to concentrate on it at home. Not that Presley's house was much more peaceful than the office. Between her mom, stepdad, all of her siblings, and their ever-growing collection of pets, the elder sheriff household was, at its best, a sort of loosely controlled chaos. Presley's parents had been divorced for a long time, and their homes couldn't have been more different. She spent every other week at her dad and stepmom's neat, quiet house. They only had one pet, a poodle named Biscuit, who was as tidy and reserved as her owners. Presley loved the serenity and peace there. But when Presley was at her mom and stepdad's house, she had an ally in her stepdad, Mahal, who loved animals almost as much as Presley. He was a vet. When Presley's mom agreed to marry Mahal, she made a no more than 8 furry legs in the house rule. Unfortunately for her, both Presley and Mahal were extremely good at loopholes. There were currently 10 furry legs, a Maine Coon cat, and a greyhound who only had 3 legs each, and a hairless Sphinx cat named Bisou, who Mom counted as furry even though he really didn't have much more than peach fuzz, 8 scaly legs, a snake, and about 15 birds, mostly chickens, quail, and pheasants, living in the elder sheriff household. Presley had wheedled and begged and promised to take excellent care of each animal she'd convinced her mom to let her bring home. Mom and Mahal may have had slightly different ideas about how many pets was too many, but they agreed on one thing. When you have an animal, their needs come first. Presley cleaned up after each and every animal in their house, made sure they always had fresh food and water, kept their things neat and tidy, and ensured they were always well-groomed. Nowadays, Mom just sighed and smiled whenever Presley and Mahal brought home a new pet,